So yesterday we saw Anthony Joshua defeat Prince Charles Martin in the second round by a knockout. And I'm really happy for AJ. Way to go. We have two heavyweight champions now in the UK, and that's really good for us. I just wanted to say something about Prince Charles Martin, to be honest with you. I keep calling him Prince Charles Martin. I don't know, his alias is just really cool, I think. But yeah, anyway, um, when he came into this fight, a lot of people were saying that, he hasn't been tested and Anthony Joshua hasn't been tested, myself included. So this can go either way. And, what Anthony Joshua said was correct. A week ago, he was this untested prospect, a southpaw who was a real threat to me. And now I've just blown him away. And it's true. So I've got to give props to Anthony Joshua for winning this fight convincingly, because a lot of people and a lot of so-called experts were saying that this was potentially a tough fight, and were actually saying that Tyson Fury was saying actually that Joshua was going to get knocked out, but a lot of experts were saying that Anthony Joshua was going to lose. um but I'm happy for Charles Martin, to be honest, because he wasn't really a contender if you think about it. In my eyes, he got lucky if you think about it. He was ranked quite high by the IBF, and he got into the position where he fought Glasgow for the vacant title. And I'm happy for him, because if you look at him now, he's not really a great boxer. I think he got exposed yesterday, in my opinion. So he was ranked quite highly by the IBF, hadn't fought anybody of note, quite a lot of knockouts, and he got a shot at the title. And I'm happy for him in a way, because it's allowed him to make some money and win the world title. And it's an underdog story if you think about it, because he just come from nowhere, won the IBF title, and he wasn't in a position where he could fight Deontay Wilder, because Wilder has to fight Alexander Povetkin, and we know that Tyson Fury is going to fight Vladimir Klitschko. So technically, what was he going to do? Anthony Joshua is a massive name, so he thought, well, I might as well just go to the UK, fight the biggest man out there, test my skills, and fight a big money fight. And he's done it. So I've got to give props to Charles Martin for kind of getting where he has. And I'm hoping that he got a decent paycheck, and he was able to kind of move on with his career and set himself up nicely. So I'm happy for him in that respect, if you want me to be honest. But yeah, Anthony Joshua now. A lot of people were saying that, this guy was going to test him, and he just demolished him. But as I said, Charles Martin wasn't really a contender. So it didn't really tell us a lot about Anthony Joshua. It tells us that he passes the test with flying colours. A lot of people are saying stuff like, when he fought, Kevin Johnson was going to take him all the way. And, I myself thought that it was going to be like a long fight, because nobody had stopped Kevin Johnson, and boom, he stopped him, really easily. He's passed every test with flying colours. So it hasn't really told us much about Anthony Joshua. I mean, Audley Harrison hit the nail on the head when he spoke about, Charles Martin. He said, with southpaws, they're susceptible to the right hand. For Charles Martin to win this fight, what he's got to do is, he's got to box and move. He's got to be slick. He's got to fight the traditional slick southpaw way. And that's the only way he's going to beat Anthony Joshua. But he didn't do that at all. He was just, exposed. He was just stood there. And when you look at his other fights, he fights with his hands down, his head up and his hands kind of down. And I was thinking to myself, he's just going to walk into a right hand. So it kind of made it easy for Anthony Joshua to just knock him out, because there was no head movement, no footwork. He was just, southpaws are susceptible to the right hand. And we saw that last night. So it didn't really tell us much about Anthony Joshua. It's telling us that he's passing the tests with flying colours, but it doesn't tell us what he's really like. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. And don't get me wrong, I'm hoping that Anthony Joshua, smashes it and dominates. Now, David Haye is literally wants to fight Anthony Joshua so badly. And to be honest with you, I do like David Haye, but I want Anthony Joshua to beat David Haye, because Anthony Joshua has got this buzz about him. You know, whether you're an old woman, whether you're a young kid, it doesn't matter. Everybody loves him, and I think he could be a real good ambassador of the sport, a British heavyweight champion who the people love. And I just think somebody like David Haye just wants money, just wants the belts, just wants to just beat Anthony Joshua, knock him off his perch. You know, I don't think he's going to be a good ambassador for British boxing like AJ would. Olympic champion, MBE, now the heavyweight champion. He's loved by everybody. He's young, and I think, you know, David Haye will come fight him and just beat him, and then just have a couple of money fights and retire. Where, you know, Anthony Joshua, we can build the Anthony Joshua brand, the heavyweight champion, the Anthony Joshua brand that the nation loves. Good for boxing, great for the sport, great for the country. So that's why I hope he dominates. So, you know, we never know what's going to happen. I mean, he's coming up July the 9th. He'll be fighting next. The same day as Tyson Fury is supposed to be fighting Vladimir Klitschko. If you haven't seen my video on that, check it out. There's no views on it hardly, so, you know, bump that up a little bit for me. But yeah, I think it was a great night. You know, he's untested, but he's passed in these tests with flying colours. Is our AJ. Apparently, you know, I think David Hayes saying that they were going to have a couple more fights, and you know, you never know. 2017, we can see some big unification fights. I'm really looking forward to it, and I hope that AJ dominates the division. Have I missed anything? Let me know in the comment section below, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for listening.